I never thought that a simple chocolate ball could be the source of me breaking my values. But there I was in Mexico, accidentally consuming alcohol for the first time in my entire life. And what happened next made me realize that the small mistake can make somebody's OCD spiral out of control. If you've ever worried about making a real mistake and its impact on your OCD, this story will help you understand what to do when the anxiety hits. So here's what happened. I'm at a restaurant, the waiter brings out an elaborate 8-course meal. I asked him, hey, do any of these things have alcohol in them? And they say, no alcohol. Great. I mean, that's something that I've chosen to not do throughout my life. Course after course is brought out, and then comes the dessert. A beautiful shimmering chocolate ball. I mean, it looks harmless, right? As soon as I popped it in my mouth, I realized something's off. The chocolate melts away, revealing a hidden surprise. What do you think it is? It was filled with liquor. Before I can even process what's happening, I swallowed it. I mean, it's maybe a tablespoon or so, but still. I mean, I've chosen not to drink for personal and religious reasons, but here I am, accidentally breaking my commitment. But wait, it's normal for us to start questioning things when we've made a mistake. I mean, my mind starts racing, like, I've gone this long, seriously? Is this really a big deal? Should I feel guilty? For most people, it might just be a funny story to tell. But if you have OCD, especially the moral or religious type of scrupulosity, this small mistake could trigger a massive wave of anxiety and distress. Moral scrupulosity in OCD is like having an overzealous moral police officer in your head. It makes you obsess over the right and the wrong, questioning every action you did. Did I do something terrible? Am I a bad person now? Did I secretly want to drink this? These thoughts can spiral out of control. What were my intentions? And then the guilt comes along with that. Now imagine somebody with this type of OCD in my story. They might be thinking, oh great, I'm no longer worthy. I've committed a sin. I probably need to confess this thing. What if this leads me down the path of addiction? I probably knew there was alcohol and I did it anyway. These thoughts can be so time-consuming, tormenting. And this is where Real Event OCD comes into play as well. It latches onto actual events, even minor ones, like accidentally consuming alcohol, and it blows them way out of proportion. Someone might replay this moment over and over and over again, analyzing every detail, convinced they've done something unforgivable. But why does OCD make such a big deal of these things? Well, that's what we're gonna explore next, because understanding how OCD works is the first step in learning how to fight back. And I'm gonna show you what to do. We all have these moments where we think about these mistakes, but for some with OCD, it's that replay button. It is stuck on repeat, getting louder, louder, louder. We know it's normal to make mistakes. It's kind of a gentle nudge reminding us to do better next time. But with OCD-driven obsessions, no, it does not want to accept this little mistake. One of the biggest culprits behind this is called all or nothing thinking. It's a cognitive distortion, and it's super common within OCD. Basically, your brain is saying everything you see is black and white. There is no middle ground. You're either a sinner or you're a good person. So if you make one teeny mistake, man, you are doomed. With OCD, it does not want to let this thought go away. It wants you to figure out your intentions, who you are. The guilt keeps building. How can I repent from this thing? Oh, I don't know if I did it on purpose. Maybe you start donating all your money to charity. You're confessing to everyone you meet. What do you think about this? Do you think this is okay that I did this? But no matter what you do, the feeling of just being bad or wrong won't go away. Now I know this is what you're here for. How do you stop the endless cycle of guilt and self-doubt? Well, that's exactly what we're gonna do right now. If you watched my videos, you already know what I'm gonna say. A treatment called exposure and response prevention, or ERP for short. This helps you face your fears without giving into those pesky compulsions. So let's walk through what this might look like for somebody who is dealing with moral scrupulosity. Let's say you're worried about accidentally offending people. Your therapist might ask you to think about a time where you have done that. Somebody took something the wrong way. And instead of apologizing or seeking reassurance, you practice sitting with that uncomfortable feeling. It's like building a muscle. The more you do it, the stronger you get. We're not gonna figure it out. We are taking the threat and we're leaving it uncertain. Hey, maybe they're mad, maybe they're not. Maybe I sinned, maybe I didn't. I might write down the scenario that happened, not adding any details. And I'm saying, yeah, man, totally awesome. I totally made them so mad right now. Yeah, I made a mistake. Cool. They totally misunderstood me. I'm so glad. Maybe I'm going to do that again. Our goal is to take value away from the thought. So how do you do that? You do that by acting like you don't care about it and seeing life for life. We make mistakes. We learn from them. For Real Event OCD, it's similar. Maybe you can't stop thinking about that time you accidentally drank alcohol. Does that story sound familiar? In ERP, you're intentionally bringing up these memories or thoughts. But here's the key. You're not going to try to push them away. You're not going to do anything to make yourself feel better. You just let them be there. There's a lot of acceptance that comes along with this. We're not going through the, no, I know I'm a good person. I would never do this. They gave it to me. My intentions weren't bad. I didn't know what I was doing. No, we don't have to go through all that because that just causes more doubt and more questions. A lot of people think exposures means, great, I drank a little bit of alcohol and that's against my morals or values, so I gotta go drink alcohol for my exposure. No, we don't do anything that breaks your morals or your values. But we really want to imagine that scenario again. The chocolate ball goes in my mouth, explodes with liquor. We're like, awesome, sweet, I got a free pass here, man. This is great, I'm so glad I just drank today. I need to take value away from this thing. And if it makes you doubt, maybe I did it on purpose. Maybe I liked it. Maybe I'll do it again. Maybe I sinned. Maybe I'll never be forgiven. I go through this super quickly, but in my self-directed OCD course, I go through it step by step. Tons of worksheets, lots of videos for adults and kids. I'll link that down below. Now we know ERP is not a quick fix. It's a gradual climb. You start with easier exposures and work your way up. But here's the cool part. It's not just about facing your fears. It's changing how you think about the fears. Teaches you that you can handle uncertainty, discomfort, making mistakes. Your brain can say whatever it wants to, but you have the decision of what you're going to say back to it. With moral scrupulosity, there are so many traps. Catastrophizing is a big one. Your brain starts jumping to that worst case scenario. I accidentally drank alcohol, so now I'm gonna be an alcoholic. What? Huh? Yeah? No. Personalization. Blame myself for things that weren't really my fault. I should have known better. Emotional reasoning. I believe something is true and it feels like it's true, so it's gotta be true, right? It can be helpful to go through these unhelpful thinking styles and catch yourself in this process. So we've been on quite a long journey, haven't we? From the unexpected sip of alcohol to diving deep into the world of OCD. It's amazing how a teeny mistake can spiral somebody into making it a huge deal. Mistakes are mistakes, accidental or not. We learn from them. We have life experiences. If OCD jumps into the picture and wants you to make a bigger deal, you're not doing that anymore. Even if you're just green with the thoughts. Yeah, man, I totally sinned. Loved it. Awesome. I totally did it on purpose. I'm so glad. I wanted him to bring me that. That's amazing. I'm so glad I had that experience. Hope I do it again. Cool. I mean, some of those things might not be true, but it doesn't matter. My brain needs to learn that I do not care. And then I do it again, and then I do it again, then I do it again. Here's the most important thing I want you to take out of all this. Those small mistakes, those intrusive thoughts, they don't define who you are. You are so much more than that. And here's a video that can help you with these skills to fight your OCD even more. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Moral scrupulosity. Maybe